Hey guys, what's going on? We are here with Rye, previously the front desk guy, but now he's going to be the Snatch Nancy guy today. And we are going to be talking about the Benchmark Workout Nancy. Which is one of like the top 5 best tests of fitness. We're gonna throw it in there because the overhead squat requires a lot of coordination, strength, mobility, agility, speed. What else, Rye? Anything? Coordination, yeah, all kinds of good stuff, all right? And then on the other aspect of that, we're really gonna be stressing the cardio. So Nancy, guys, is 5 rounds, 400 meters, and then 15 overhead squats. And the prescribed weights for this are 95 and 65. And the biggest thing that we want to be thinking with the prescribed weights, guys, is we need to be pushing that threshold in rounds 4 and 5 of going unbroken, but maybe struggling a little bit with that. And for most people, the RX weight is definitely going to achieve that, but we're talking about people who are going to go lighter, all right? So what we're going to show is, let's imagine, we're going to talk about the run second, but the big efficiency tip here, guys, is the snatch. So a couple things I'm going to recommend for Rye here. He's going to go first. If we're going pure efficiency, he's always going to squat snatch, and he's gonna try to catch in the bottom of a squat and then stand up and begin his cycling. So let's see how Rye does first time. Squat snatch, and he goes right into his reps. I'd like to see him bring his hips through a little bit more. There we go. Hit that lockout every time. Good, and go ahead, relax.
Hey guys, just a couple quick tips in addition here after the fact in post-production that I thought about. And the biggest one here is a lot of people will take a bunch of time when they finish the run. They'll start walking early. They'll maybe even walk their way into the gym, walk their way up to the bar. They'll kind of dilly-dally, settle up. They might even grab some chalk. You don't need chalk for this workout, okay? You're gonna just run right to your bar, and you have to actually run. Finish the run all the way to your bar. Set your feet and go for the squat snatch, okay? Now, when you're really tired, you might fail, but that, again, is the line that I want you to ride. So we run to the bar, hand, set, and go, squat snatch, and then after you hit that first squat snatch, if you need to take a second and recollect yourself, do it. But what we don't want to do is have a lot of dilly-dally transition time in there. You can lose 10, 15 seconds per round, over a minute on the workout, just by having a lazy end of your run and a lazy setup position as you go in transition.
Very nice, very smooth, okay? Now, the biggest thing with these guys is your balance is going to struggle, because when we're running, we're gonna tire out our feet, our ankles, and our calves. And those are a big point of stability for us in the overhead squats. So what you'll see is a lot of balance checks where we're staggering, and falling forward in this movement. So a little bit of time at the top to balance ourselves, bring our hips through, and achieve a good balanced position before lowering into that next overhead squat. That is key. I can't recommend it enough, okay? Couple other efficiency tips. If you guys have really strong, sturdy, and flexible shoulders, I would recommend bringing your hands in about 1 or 2 inches as normal. And I do that a little bit every round. As your shoulders loosen up a little bit every round, you can do that. So Ryan, why don't you try going a little bit more of a narrow grip? Not much, maybe about 1 inch. Get a little bit more narrow than you like. And let's see how that squat snatch feels. Here, good. And now he's gonna be more stable, right? It requires a little bit more mobility out of the upper body, but it gets him more stable and more balanced. Good, go ahead, relax. Very nice, okay? You guys notice how each time he takes that moment at the top, it's not a race on the overhead squats. Doing 15 sprint pace versus 15 at a normal pace where you breathe and balance is only going to be maybe a 3 to 5 second difference. And it's more important that we don't miss any reps and we're out and pushing it on the run, okay? Thank you, Rye. Let's clap it up for Coach Rye. All right, Rye, now get out of camera shot. Awesome, all right, he did amazing, okay? Now, for the running, guys, this is the biggest part of Nancy, and this is the most challenging part, is we have to figure out what our pace is gonna be. And I recommend trying to achieve a pace that is faster than your 1 mile PR, okay? So if my 1 mile PR is right at 6 minutes, that's a 1:30 per 400 meter pace, and I'm gonna try to stay just below that. Now that's gonna feel like you're pushing it a little bit, but that's the threshold that we need to ride for this workout, okay? If you guys don't know your mile pace, I would tell you to maybe reserve a little bit on the first round and then start to push it a little bit harder every round that goes on. Typically what we're gonna have is failed overhead squats when we're tired, not necessarily slower runs, okay? So those are gonna be our points of efficiency. I hope you guys enjoy Nancy. If you've never done it before, it's a great one to have a benchmark pace on. If we're talking about elite times, we're looking at under 11 minutes as an elite time for this, okay? And so what we wanna be at is somewhere in the 11 and 15 minute range. You guys need to pick a weight that is appropriate for us to fall inside of that range.